Hello all. In this lecture, we will see some more control statements that are supported in C. We will see about goto statement, break statement, continue statement, and return statement. So goto statement. So this is another type of control statement that is supported in C. So here the control is unconditionally transferred to the statement associated with the label specified in the goto statement. So we can transfer to any part of the program. When we use this goto statement, we can transfer the control to any part of the program. So even if it is going in a sequence, and if I insert a goto statement in between, and I will I will give a label like in case statement we used to give 1, 2, 3 like that. So similarly here also, if we specify some label, it will be the control will be transferred to that particular statement. So it is an the control is unconditionally transferred to the statement associated with the label specified in the goto statement. So this is the general syntax of that goto statement. Goto, this is a keyword, and label name. So it interferes with normal sequencing of processing. So normally it will be a sequence of operations that will be executing in the program. But when we write this goto statement, that sequence may be varied. If we are executing fifth line, and for maybe after that sixth line comes, but if you insert a goto statement in fifth line, then the control might be transferred to some other line. It may not be sixth line. So that is why it says that interferes with normal sequencing of processing. So the program becomes difficult to read and maintain. So if we use this goto statement, the program becomes difficult to read and maintain. So usually nowadays we never use this goto statement. We should avoid this goto statement. That is a as a good programming principle, we should not at all use this goto statement. Okay. So label name. So this label name can be used as it is same as like the variable name. So all those things will be applicable to for this label name also. So variable name, you know that it starts with some letters. It must start with a letter, and it can consist of digits, and also it consists of underscore and all. So you have learned about that variable name. So the same rules are applicable for this label name also, and it will be followed by a colon. So this label name will be followed by a colon. It is not semicolon, it is colon, like in case statement. We have already seen this case statement. So we will see an example of this goto statement, then you will understand this goto statement. So I have already written one program, goto.c. So this is a program. So we have the main program, and I have declared a variable a equal to 10. Then this is the label. So loop. You can write this loop anywhere. This is a label. So it means that here we have this label name and followed by a colon. Loop. Everything is written in capital letter. It is not mandatory that you should use this capital letter. You can use any type of those variable names. And do, this is the do while loop, and here what it does is, if a equal to 15, if a double equal to 15, what it does is a is incremented by 1, and here we have the goto statement, go to loop. So whenever a becomes 15, a will be incremented by 1, so a becomes 16, and the control is transferred to the loop. That is, the control will go directly to here. So it will again execute this do while loop. Okay, whenever a becomes 15, what happens is it goes inside this if statement. Inside this if statement, we will increment that a, and we have a go to here, go to loop. So it will go to this label name. So this label name is here. So it will execute this statement. So if a is not equal to 15, then it will simply print the value of a as percentage d, and it will increment a plus plus, and it will continue till while a less than 20. So initially it is a equal to 10. So this condition is false. So it will print value of a is 10. Then a is incremented by 11. Again, it will check here while 11 less than 20, it is true. So again it will come here, a not equal to 50, 11 not equal to 15. So it will execute it will print the value of 11 like that, 12, 13, 14, and when it becomes 15, it will skip that. So a is incremented by 16, a is made 16 here, and it goes to loop here, and again checks 16 equal to 15, not it is false, so it will check here, it will print the value of 16. So what this basically does is, whenever a becomes 15, that value won't be printed. All the others 10 to 19, 10 to 19 will be printed except 15. So except when it reaches 15, it will skip that value, it won't be printed, this statement won't be executed. Okay, this is just to show this goto, how to use this goto. So you can insert this goto statement wherever you want, and you have to give a label name, and that label can be written anywhere. So if you want to go to transfer the this execution to some other line, you have to make that loop colon there. So you can use any name here. So you'll run this program and see. So gcc go to dot c dot slash a dot out. So you can see that it will be print 10 to 19 except 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 it is skipped. That is not printed here. 16, 17, 18, 19. So that is a go to statement. So we should not use this go to statement inside the programs. Just for your knowledge, I am sharing this go to statement. Then we have break statement. So this break statement is used in for, do while, and switch statements. So it can be used for. Already we have seen how to use it in switch statement. Now we will see how to use it in for, do and while. What happens when we use inside this loops? So what it does is it terminate the execution of the loop or switch statement. It will terminate the execution of the loop. So even though the loop may not be, the condition may not be met, but whenever we insert a break statement inside the loop, it will exit that loop. Or if it is a switch statement, it will exit the switch statement. We have already seen that switch statement example in the previous lectures and all. So this is the general syntax: break semicolon. So execution, what happens when the statement occurs is execution proceeds to the statement that follows the loop construct or switch statement. So it will come out of that looping statement. Whether it is for, do while or while, it will come out. If it is switch, it will stop there and it will come out of the switch statement. Okay, we will see an example, then you will understand. So Vim, I have written this program, break.c is there. So here we have a variable which is initialized to 10. Then we have a while loop here, while a less than 20. So initially a is less than 20. So 10 less than 20, it is true. So printf value of a will be printed. 10 will be printed. Then a is incremented. A equal to a plus plus. So a is incremented by 1. So a becomes 11. So we will check here whether a greater than 15. So 11 greater than 15, it is false. So nothing will happen here. So this body won't be executed. So what it does, it will go here. It will again check the condition 11 less than 20. It is true. So the value of a 11 will be printed. A will be incremented by 12. 12 greater than 15. It is false. So again it will check here 12 less than 20, like that it will go on. 15 also, it won't, nothing will happen. When a becomes 16, 16 greater than 15. So what it does is it goes inside this if statement. So inside this we can see that it is a break statement. So what happens is it will exit the loop. It exits the loop means it will come out of the statement and it will execute the return statement here. It will come out of the statement and it will execute the return statement. But the condition there, a is just 16. Here 16 is less than 20, but there we can increment 17, 18, 19, everything is there. But those statements won't, those conditions won't be checked, because whenever a break occurs inside a loop, it will come out of the loop. Okay, so we will run this program and see that only up to 10, 11, up to 15 will be printed. 16, 17, 18, 19 won't be printed. So GCC break dot C. Now dot slash A dot out. So you can see that 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, up to 15 it will be printed. When it becomes 16, it will break out of the loop. Okay, I will show one more example of this break. 1.c. So this is another example. So this is int main, and I have initialized I equal to 1, and this is an infinite loop. We have already seen the previous lecture for about this for loop. We have seen that this is an infinite loop. So it will go on printing printf hello. So in order to stop that, we can insert a break statement like this. Whenever I becomes 1, we will break it. So whenever I becomes 1, I becomes 5, it will break. So it breaks and exits the loop. So initially it is I equal to 1, it will print of it is false, so print of hello world will be printed. Then I is incremented to 2. So there is no condition or updation, nothing is happening here. Again, it will execute here. 2 equal to 5 is false. So again, second time hello world will be printed like that. Third, fourth, up to 4 hello worlds will be printed. After that, when I becomes 5, 5 equal to 5, it is true. So break statement. So it will break out and come out of it. So we will see that GCC break 1.c. Okay, dot slash a dot out, you can see that only 4 hello worlds will be there. So 4 hello worlds. So even though if for loop was an infinite loop, we can break that infinite loop by inserting a break statement. Okay. So that's all about break statement. Next we have continue statement. So continue does not terminate the loop. So here continue statement does not terminate the loop. What it does is it goes to the test expression in while and do while. So it is something like break statement. Whenever there is a continue statement inside a loop, what it does is it again checks the test expression, or the condition will be checked if it is while or do while. And if it is a for loop, goes to the updating expression. That is the third part in the for loop. We have already seen 3 parts in for loop. So it goes to the updating session, that is increment or decrement, some other thing will be written in the updation session. So it goes to the updating expression and it will update it, and after that again then it checks the condition. Okay, this is the general format of this continue statement, continue colon. So we will see an example, then you will understand this thing. Vim continue.c is there. So this is an example for that. Here I have initialized a to 10. Then we have a do loop here. Do here if a equal to 15. So here if a equal to 15, so we'll start from initially itself. So a equal to 10. So 10 equal to 15, it is false. So it won't execute these statements. It will come here, print of value of a 10 will be printed. Then a is incremented by 11. Then we will check whether while 11 less than 20, it is true. So again it will come here, 11 equal to 15, like that it will go on. When a becomes 15, 15 equal to 15, so it is true. So what happens, it comes inside a equal to a plus 1, a equal to a plus 1. So it becomes 16, and we are executing this continue statement. So when this continue statement is executed, what it does is it goes to this test expression, that is it will check whether 16 less than 20. So it will skip all these statements, it will go to the condition checking expression. Okay, so you will run this and program and see. Okay, so GCC continue.c. Now we will run this, you can see that that 15 is skipped here. 15 is skipped here. Rest of the things are printed. 16, 17, 18, everything is printed. So continue statement, what it does is it goes to the, I'll show an figure, then you'll understand. So whenever that continue statement occurs inside this while loop, it skips all these statements. It goes to the test expression. So it will test whether that condition is true. Again, it will go on executing. Whenever that continue occurs, it will skip the rest of the statements. So this is what happened here. So when that continue statement occurs at 15, what it does is at 15, it goes directly to this test expression. It goes to this test expression and it will check. It will skip these two statements. Okay. So this is what happens in for loop. So whenever that continue occurs, instead of going to the test expression, it will go to the updating part. After updating, it will go to the test expression. So that is the order of evaluation of for loop. So whenever continue occurs, it will go to the updating session, update it, then it will check for the test expression and it will continue its execution. Okay. So this is the continue statement evaluation. Okay, we have already seen this program. So here, whenever that continue occurs, so here, whenever a becomes 15, this is true. So what happens? It will enter in and a is made 16 and continue occurs. Whenever this continue occurs, it will skip these two statements. It will go and check this condition 16 less than 20. It is true. So again, it will come here. 16 equal to 15. It is false. So it will print value of 16. So whenever 15 occurs, this print statement won't work. Okay. So next, this is the difference between break and continue statement. So break, it makes an early exit from the block where it appears. Whenever a break statement occurs, it makes an early exit from the block where it appears. While continue, what it does is avoid the remaining statements in the current iteration. Only the current iteration will be avoided. The remaining statements in the current iteration or the repetition will be avoided, repetition of the loop, and continue with the next iteration. So it will continue with the next iteration. So here it will come out of the loop. Nothing will be checked. Here it will go try for the next iteration. Okay, some statements will be skipped and it will try for the next iteration. Then here break can be used in all control statements including switch statement. But in the case of continue can be used only in loop constructs. That is, we can use only inside for, do while and while. Here it is possible to use also inside switch statement also. So that's the difference between break and continue. Then we have one more special construct. We call it as a return statement. So we have already seen in most of the programs we have written this return statement. So if you check this program, there is a return statement here, return 0. So we'll learn about this more when we learn this function. Actually, this return statement is used because return and we have a 0 because we have a main function, int main. So this is main is a function and its return type is integer. So we should return some value. So we are returning 0. That is what this means. We will learn more about this return statement when we learn about functions and all. So use the definition of a function to set its returned value. So used to terminate execution of a function. It is mainly to terminate the execution of a particular function. So functions with void return type. If there is no return type, in the main function we are using int function. So if it is void return type, then we will simply use return semicolon. If it is not void, if it is non-void return type, then there will be a return expression. That is what we are writing it here. There is return 0. 0 is the expression because we have a return for this data type. That is, we have to return some integer value. So we are returning some integer value, that is 0. So that's all. Thank you.